Hello, if you've been here before, welcome back. If not, hi, my name is David.
Hi, my name is Matthew. Hi, my name is Papa Freak.
Put him on.
Again, we need to get a Max Rebo so I can have both on.
I don't think okay. Maybe they used to sell.
No, they would not
Max
have.
Rebos.
They would not have a Max Rebo shoulder buddy. They're called shoulder buddies. I feel like there's a trademark on those. But if anybody wants to make me a Max Rebo shoulder buddy, so I can have two glove shadows on my shoulders, I think that'd be great. More glove shadows.
And this is our watch wrap up for the month of April. These are all the movies that we watched in this month. We watched a total of 8 movies. And like before, we're going to cut to a past version of ourselves who recorded the first. Well, sorry. I'm so sorry. I watched 8 movies. You watched 6 movies. Sorry. Spoilers, I guess. We'll get there. So, do you have anything to say to the past? That's good.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Your arms stayed the same.
Wow.
Good, but they stayed the same.
We are in the past now. Do you have anything nice to say to the future? And something nice to say to the future?
Something nice to say to the future?
Yeah.
Oh, because I said, hey, fucker, the last one. Hey, future Matthew, your arms are looking bigger.
Yeah, they are. The first movie that we watched was Velvet Buzzsaw from 2019, directed and written by Dan Gilroy. On Letterboxd, it says, all art is dangerous. Big money artists and mega collectors pay a high price when art collides with commerce. After a series of paintings by an unknown artist are discovered, a supernatural force enacts revenge on those who have allowed their greed to get in the way of art. I gave this a 3.4 out of 5. This was a rewatch for me. This day specifically, I had done a lot in class and I was like really tired. My brain was tired and I was like, let's just watch something that I can turn my brain off. What did you think of Velvet Buzzsaw?
So what I thought about Velvet Buzzsaw is that the Magnus Archives is a podcast.
This was I loved this movie when I first saw it because it was very much like, oh, it's a type of horror that I like, and then I listened to the Magnus Archives and I was like, this is much better.
This is a Magnus Archives episode.
Yes.
Like it feels a little too like people getting their comeuppance for Magnus Archives, because sometimes people don't get. A lot of times, it doesn't feel like people getting their comeuppance. It's just bad shit happens to bad people, or not bad shit just happens to people in Magnus Archives. Where this was like, these are people who are profiting off of some dead dude, who and put his literal blood into the paintings,
and greed as well.
Like, and greed. Yeah. It was fun.
I think that the acting was kind of not that good, and might be a combination of bad acting and like bad writing, but also maybe the characters also supposed to be unlikable. But I think you can make unlikable characters entertaining, and I think that Jake Gyllenhaal was one of them. And then the other main actress, I did not like either. There were other actors who were pretty good. Daveed Diggs, who I know from Kimmy Schmidt and Hamilton. He played I think he was Alexander Hamilton after
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know you've seen him before.
Probably.
Look him up. John Malkovich was also really good, and then the other Rene Russo was also pretty good.
Oh, he was first name was Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, he was Thomas Jefferson. He was Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
He was Thomas.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did I fucking not know him?
Well,
the internet was never the same since Miku Binder Thomas Jefferson. I think that it would have been fun. I like the acting choices of Jake Gyllenhaal and who's the actress? No, stop. I don't want to use AI.
Oh, yeah. Toni Collette was really good. Zoe Ashton, as Josephina, and Jake Gyllenhaal as Morph, the two like main leads. Mm-hmm. I didn't quite enjoy them, but
yeah, it was the way I feel about it is that they are supposed to be like these, like they're fully into themselves. They're art people. They're in the art world, and knowing people like that, it's like, yeah, this is how they are sometimes. This is where I'm like, I feel like this is more so the writing than anything, just because like I'm having a fun time watching these guys be shitty, and like being so not in touch with reality. But like, there's something that's missing. I don't know what to say it is. That's why I'm like, I don't hate the acting because how they act it makes me think of the TikToks of a woman who is saying how it feels like being a server in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I get it.
I do think that it's a bit too long. It's almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It's a bit too long, and the plot meanders, and it's just sort of trying to get to one horror set piece to the other horror set piece without really doing anything interesting connecting them. But like the horror set pieces themselves of using art pieces to kill people, so fun. The biggest one that people always turn to is the one with Toni Collette and her sticking her hand in the like silver ball and it being like chopped off. Really fun. Natalie Dyer is also in this movie. This was like this is 2019, so this is just as Stranger Things is coming out, first season, right?
I felt so bad for her. She keeps getting a new assistant job and then having to leave it because her employer dies.
She finds the bodies.
Yeah, she keeps finding the bodies too. And like I towards the end, I was like, "Oh, it's okay. She's gonna walk in here and find the body." It's still funny, but also like, man, girl.
Yeah, and they
good luck in Michigan.
They do play it for laughs.
Yeah.
Like when she finds the last body, she's like, "Jesus Christ, not again!" That was really good. Talking about set pieces as well. The Hobo Man art piece, terrifying. Love how that looks. Hate how it looks. Get some contacts. Tattoo of Velvet Buzzsaw.
Oh yeah,
pretty sublime, pretty subtle. I like that.
I liked it and didn't like it.
Yeah.
I wish there was like they talk about it like a one time. I wish that it was like brought up at least like one more time because when it happened, I was like, oh yeah, that's right, she has a tattoo.
Yeah, and like it's because Rene Russo plays a former rock star from the band called Velvet Buzzsaw. But yeah,
do you think that they met? God, what's that band called in Magus Archives?
Grifter's Bone?
Yeah, do you think they met Grifter's Bone?
Anyways, if you want to learn about the Magus Archives, I have a lot of videos talking about them. Anyways, the Pokemon that we chose was Griffii, which is a poison normal type from Paldea. Pretty recent. And because it uses berries to make its paint, and a lot of this movie talking about graffiti, paint, art that is just on the street versus art that is commercialized and hidden from view and stuff like that. And we were trying to think of like Pokemon that deal with like paint and stuff, and Smeargle felt too
like refined because we see in a lot of the entries or like how the culture sees Smeargle, it's kind of like if Smeargle paints something, it's like a sign of good fortune. But then like how everybody talks about Griffii, it's like this is graffiti, this is nothing, this is like bad. Also, because the painter of the cursed paintings uses blood, Griffii uses the berries that it eats to make its paint.
Yeah. The guy, the painter, his name is Ventral D's, but I kept hearing ventral, like heart, but I think they were trying to convey that. And then this is 2019, so D's was definitely like, was it 2016 that they were doing D's nuts? Yeah. And so it was sort of like after that
like
fact.
Orange flashback.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson Mickey Binder is around 2016, so it's like oh wow, this is so beloved, and then D's nuts shows up. I'm like, hello, resources.
The next movie I watched, Matthew didn't. I'm so sorry. So I'm just gonna read. It was Inside Llewyn Davis.
Get out of here.
No. It was Inside Llewyn Davis, which came out in 2013, directed and written by Joel and Ethan Coen, the Coen brothers. Watched it for a class. In Letterboxd, it reads, in Greenwich Village in the early 1960s, gifted but volatile folk musician Llewyn Davis struggles with money, relationships, and his uncertain future. I gave it a 3.9 out of 5. It stars Oscar Isaac, really hot. So I just said on Letterboxd, watch this for my cinematography class. Oscar Isaac carries this movie, especially because I didn't care for the folk music and the plot was barely there. Great appreciation for the cinematography, why we watched it in the class. That cat is so compelling, it vexes me. There was like a cat that was a thing. And I think it was a thing. It was a thing. This was also like tangentially related to Bob Dylan, a folk singer. I'm not familiar with Bob Dylan. Are you? Yeah.
No, he has 2 first names. He's not real.
That's true. Also, With this movie, I haven't talked about it before, but I am doing like the little bingo thing. I don't really know what for, but and so with this movie, I was able to do complete one row of the. I'm just gonna show it here. One row of the bingo board. I have two different bingo boards, and so we have together. The prompt was a one-word title. Moulin Rouge, which the prompt was musicals. Ready or Not was a rewatch. Inside Llewyn Davis, I think this is a cop out. This is the only one I could find was no one dies in this movie because no one dies in this movie. So that was a prompt. And then a 90s film had a Kiki's Delivery Service. And so that completed a board. I'm trying to fill out the entire board. What will happen then? I don't know. Maybe y'all can tell me what I can do as a celebration when I fill out the board. Hello, Editing David here. I realized that when I was editing that I forgot to mark off the free space in my bingo card. And so I can also do another across row with the film adaptation of Inkheart, the Oscar winner of The Girl Who Cried Pearls, No One Dies Inside Llewyn Davis, and then horror with The Mortuary Assistant. So I'm one step closer to clearing the board, or filling the board, actually. That's what it's supposed to be. It's filling the board. But the other one, and I now marked the free spaces so that you can actually, I can actually see when something fills up. The Pokemon I chose was Hisuian Zora because of the cat. It's like, the cat signifies something or another. I'm not fully sure. It was entertaining, and it vexes me. But Hisuian Zora is very cat-like as well, and it's like ghostly, and because the cat's supposed to signify something, that,
From what you told me about that the cat was not belonging to Oscar Isaac's character, Oscar Isaac's character felt very like outcasted or like othered.
Yeah.
So Hisuian Zora, this whole thing is that it was abandoned by people and it's hated upon. That's why in the Legends Arceus game, you do not meet Zora until after you're kicked out of the village.
Oh.
Yeah.
The next movie that we watched was The Drama, which came out 2026, directed and written by Christopher Borgli. The letterbox says a happily engaged couple is put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. I gave this a 4.7 out of 5.
Because I'll be alone for a little bit. Here's Hey Lily Kyoko. So I love the drama. It was so fun. Things do turn very quickly with Zendaya and with Zendaya's character in general. Some good points about the movie. It's another movie where you get to see Robert Pattinson's bare naked butt. Gotta love seeing his bare naked butt. You guys haven't seen Mickey 17, you should watch Mickey 17.
Mickey 17 is really fun.
It's really fun. It's a little on the nose, but like it's also fun.
You don't see Robert Pattinson's bare ass in The Lighthouse, but you do see him jerking off, which happens, him being butt-ass naked and then also jerking off does happen in The Drama. So The Drama is the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing for me is like the acting, amazing. Mm-hmm. The editing is
the editing's
stellar.
So fun.
And I would be so angry for the editors if they get snubbed for editing for like the Oscars.
Editing, cinematography, and supporting actors.
Yes. I think, I would say probably lead actor and actress is also sure, there.
Like, but it's also Zendaya and Robert Pattinson.
We'll see what else are there.
I've never seen.
I think nomination would be good, but
I have never seen who Rachel's actress is. But she won.
Pull her up because
she's very important.
She has been in something that people have talked about recently as well. I forget what it was.
Watch it be Twilight. I'm going to get killed.
Alana Haim played Rachel. Amazing antagonist. Loved her. She was insane. She was also someone in One Battle After Another, which we will be watching this month. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but I know that she was like really good in that too.
She's in a lot of music videos. It looks like.
And she was also the main character in Licorice Pizza, which people didn't. Yeah.
Anyways, so she should get the nomination just for her hair flip. She does a hair flip in the movie, and I keep comparing it to the bob that Zendaya's character has in Challengers.
Yes.
Where like Zendaya's just like walks, but her bob kind of bounces too. Alana Haim does a little like hair flip during the wedding.
During the speech of the wedding.
During the speech at the wedding, and it's so good.
She's a really great antagonist. And like I would give her. I have to see what other supporting actresses there are, but she should get a nomination for that. Mm-hmm. And I would agree to give nominations for actor and actress for Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I don't know if I would give them the win yet. I have to see what other movies there are in this year, but definitely amazing performances throughout. Their editing was like amazing. It was using non-linear editing a lot, for like split-second moments to recontextualize, contextualize, look at in the past, and like how the characters think is reflected in the movie. And that was really fun because there's memories, there's dreams, there's imagined scenarios that all get used to full effect in the film, and that was really fun. If you don't know yet what the twist is for this movie, you can skip over to the section where we talk about Pokemon. This is the time code. Anyways,
so what's really crazy is that like this movie, it talks about mass shootings, because Emma Zendaya's character says that she had a lot of mass shooting ideations, that she was probably gonna go through with it, but a mass shooting happened that day, and she saw how much it affected other people, and she didn't go through with it. Well, the movie deals with Alana Haim's character being upset that Zendaya's character was going to go through with this, but didn't.
And judging her for it.
And it ruins the entire relationship.
While
but it's so good because there's a speech that Robert Pattinson's character does, which is saying that tons of people have these like thoughts, like it's so ingrained into the American culture of just being surrounded by guns that anybody can do it. And as he's talking, the movie zooms into just different people on the street, just walking day to day, and like focusing on like one after another, and like anybody could be having these thoughts of just mass shootings because it's so normalized.
And also alongside that, Rachel's angry with Emma about that. Rachel actually did something incredibly horrible, which was she probably left a mentally disabled kid in a locked closet in an abandoned RV and let him die there. She says that they found him eventually. That seems like a lie. So she actually did something incredibly horrible, versus Emma, who thought of doing something horrible, never did. And so it's very like, there's some hypocrisy there as well. There's some double standard also because Emma is black and Rachel's white, and there's some interplay there as well that is not fully focused on because, from what I've heard, the casting was race blind. The character was not written with race in mind, and so having Rachel and Emma's interactions, there's another layer on top of that of how they are talking about what they do and their race as well. That's just sort of appears because of the casting, and so that was just really interesting to see.
My favorite moments in this movie was at the wedding. Robert Pattinson's character almost cheats on Emma with his coworker. The coworker is like totally down with it, but at the wedding, he blurts out that he almost cheated on her, and the coworker's boyfriend is like, You this happened? I can't believe this happened. She's like, oh, I was gonna fight it. Don't worry, I was fighting it. She wasn't. She was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
so funny. There are a lot of little funny moments in this movie.
The humor really helps.
The humor helps
elevate.
It helps digest it.
Yeah, I also like the scene with the photographer where they're like, where Emma and Charlie are talking about, are discussing stuff, and they're like, we have to put this on pause. We have to go talk with the photographer. And then it cuts to the photographer saying, like, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shoot Charlie, I'm gonna shoot you both together, I'm gonna shoot your mom, I'm gonna shoot your dad, I'm gonna shoot your mom, and I'm gonna shoot your parents together. And then I'm gonna shoot grandma, and then Charlie's like, grandma's not gonna be okay. So
shooting grandparents TBD.
yeah, so that was really funny.
That's another thing that's great about this movie is that there's so many like small characters that just seem like they have like, you can tell their whole entire life.
Yes.
Just by like them interacting. Like there was a florist who
was a homosexual.
He was a homosexual. And they're like, oh, you guys okay? Long night? And they're like, oh yeah, really long night. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry, me too.
And we're like, okay. The choreographer was a fucking bitch.
Yeah, but like, man, if you meet a dancer.
Yeah. The DJ, maybe or maybe not, taking heroin on the street. Mm-hmm. That was also, and then the replacement DJ.
I love the replacement DJ so much.
I swear to God, they turned up the audio on his dialogue just a bit over others.
Yeah,
that was really fun. Yeah,
but the mic did feel like the way he talked felt like different, not because of what he talked about, but like something about his voice quality felt different.
It was clear.
It was very
crystal
clear and crisp, and I hated it.
Really fun side characters. This was a really fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Pokemon that we chose was Psyduck,
mm-hmm.
because we feel that Robert Pattinson has very Psyduck energy. Robert Pattinson / Charlie has very Psyduck energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, to be fair, both Charlie and Emma both are kind of Psyducks because they seem really great together. Everything's kind of cute, but then like the moment that like their heads get messed with, they're like freaking the fuck out and they're doing the dumbest stuff. So like Psyduck, when he starts getting confused or he starts getting frustrated, his psychic abilities go off. He's not a psychic type though.
No, it's just water.
He's just
fortunately.
Mm-hmm.
The next movie I watched as well by myself without Matthew, was Hamlet, which came out in 2025, directed by Anil Karia. I wanted to watch this because Hamlet's my favorite Shakespeare. It's an adaptation. I'm not going to read the long ass description on Letterboxd because it's super long, but it's starring Riz Ahmed. In it, I gave it a 3.8 out of 5. I said on Letterboxd, a really fun interpretation of Hamlet into modern day. I really enjoyed the use of Shakespearean language / full actual Hamlet script. Riz Ahmed carries this as he should, and the other actors do a pretty good job as well. I have to knock some points off because of the exclusion of Horatio and the removal of Ophelia's flower scene. I would have given you was it tulips? No. I would have given you these flowers, but they withered when my father died. That scene, cut completely. So sad. I really liked the dance sequence and how some famous monologues and scenes were interpreted, especially the to be or not to be scene being performed as Hamlet is driving and deciding whether or not to crash his car. Cinema. Wish the main central house looked better, but served its purpose because Hamlet all takes place within Elsinore Castle, and this house that they had was just sort of like a country home or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, that's fine, I guess. They completely removed Horatio, which I'm like, hello? Hold this. So, Hamlet, right? What is it? Favorite book. These are my favorite books. And then The Death You Gave Him by MX Liu. I need to reread this because it was pretty good, but I need to appreciate it better. It's a retelling of Hamlet, with Horatio being an AI, and Hamlet and Horatio fall in love with each other, and he's also trying to set up murder. And I'm like, Horatio, what do you mean you fucking cut Horatio? Hello? And then I had also seen a movie. It was Ophelia, starring Daisy Ridley, and that was also a pretty fun movie. It was pretty flawed, but Daisy Ridley was amazing, and that flower scene. So good. We might have to watch that because it's been a hot minute since I watched that movie. And so I'm like, how dare you cut Horatio? Yeah, he doesn't really do much in Hamlet, but maybe you can have him do something more in this reinterpretation. Hello? And then they fucking cut Ophelia's scene with the flowers. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were one person. It was one person.
This is turning into a Hamlet video.
Yeah. The Polonius was played by the actor who played Peter Pettigrew in I almost said Percy Jackson, Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Overall, it was a pretty fun movie, but I'm like, you're cutting off some of my favorite parts, but it was still like good, I guess.
How did they do the ghost scene?
So like in Hamlet OG, the ghost appears like 2 or 3 times. The first time, Horatio's like, "Hark, thy ghost," and then the ghost leaves, and then the second time it appears, that's when the ghost tells Hamlet, "Hey, your uncle killed me," and then the ghost appears again. I forget exactly, but in this, he only appears once, and the CEO. So they are like a business company, and the CEO has just died. Right? They do just like construction in the UK. So Elsinore is like a construction company, and Hamlet is out clubbing with Laertes, and he sees like the figure of his father in the distance, and he like, who goes there? And he follows him up into a half constructed tower block, and has the ghost of his father at the very top, dressed in like a suit, telling him about being killed by his uncle. What's really, really fun was that he only spoke in Hindi. And it was Shakespearean language in Hindi, so it was like with subtitles. That was really fun to see, and I swear, like he was mostly in shadow, but you could see his face. I swear to God, they CGI'd his face into like a huge frown, but it was so dark that you couldn't really see it purposefully, so I couldn't see. But it was definitely kind of creepy. But that was the only like big like supernatural thing that they did in this movie. I was looking into Hamlet the movie, and the writer was Michael Leslie. Michael Leslie also wrote for Ballad of Songbird and Snakes and Sunrise on the Reaping, along with other writers.
Oh wow!
And also, he was one of the writers on the Assassin's Creed movie with Michael Fassbender that didn't do well.
There was an Assassin's Creed movie?
It didn't do well.
Well, obviously, if I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, it didn't do well. And Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the third movie of the Now You See Me series.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was one of the writers there. And so I thought that would be fun to include here because we're going to be seeing Sunrise on Reaping. Also have a kill count for Sunrise on Reaping. If you have not seen it, go check it out. Thank you. The Pokemon that we chose was Inteleon because it's set also in the UK. And Inteleon is like a spy. He's an assassin. And Riz Ahmed as Hamlet is also like, is trying to kill Claudius. And also Riz Ahmed as Hamlet, he's dressed in the traditional Indian mourning clothing for like half of the movie. So he looks incredibly waifish and thin throughout the entire thing, and he just gets worse and worse. Last movie that we're going to talk about in the past, we watched You, Me, and Tuscany, which came out this year, 2026, directed by Kat Coiro. The letterbox says, she came for the pasta and she got lost in the sauce. When a woman crashes at an empty Italian villa, posing as the owner's fiancé, she discovers an unexpected romance that could transform her life. I gave this a 4.4 out of 5. What were your thoughts on You, Me, and Tuscany?
What a fun movie.
Yeah.
Also, so I am in architecture school. I love this movie as somebody who has to study all sorts of buildings. I keep forgetting what cathedral it is, but it's the cathedral. That's right. Cathedral. It's the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. They show that in one clip, and I was like, oh. And
This
is architecture of visual history that I also got for my birthday.
There's a lot of different shots, a lot of different architecture in Italy.
A lot.
And
I'm having a great time working this. This movie made me want to go book a trip to Italy right now. We're pretty sure that they did shoot on set, or at least on site.
I wasn't fully sure. He's more sure about that. I was like, this feels a little too constructed, but it might be
to me it felt so. There's a good chance that it could have been on set in Italy, as in like
Yeah.
maybe they found like a plot of land and they built fake town around it.
Yeah.
Plausible. I don't know too much because I don't even know if this town that they were in is real. But oh my god, I'm having a good time. I'm looking at like there's so much of this that's like, yeah, this makes sense of why this is here. How the main villa in the White House, yeah, that looks like a villa in Italy. It is very Tuscany, and it's not in a way that's like, oh, this is cheesy. Like this looks like how most of the architecture looks like in Tuscany. I need to go in there and eat every single grape and then have every single wine. I love the difference, the striking difference that they show and how they even shoot. How like it feels like in New York versus how it feels like in Italy. It is totally tangential to everything, but like it's a good show of how architecture is like before cars.
Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of like dirt paths and like cobblestone roads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that like people would still move around. Like you can move around with a car, but like people are gonna still walk around this car because fuck you.
By dint of the genre, like we knew from the get-go, obviously, that Halle Bailey's character is gonna be with the really hot guy. We know that, and so the romance wasn't that like super exciting. But there were some really fun comedic moments and good like set pieces. Halle Bailey has like amazing line delivery at times that just helps elevate her character, her acting, and the comedy in and of itself. And she really helped carry this movie as well. Trend alert: actors carrying their own movies. Yeah. One thing that I was like kind of odd on, there were some plot points that felt odd or out of place, but it all eventually just smoothed out into a good conclusion. Like every once in a while something would happen and I was like, I guess this is happening, but then it would lead to something else that would then get back aligned to what is expected or what is a good plot. So I was like, I guess, these 2 or 3 odd plot points were odd, but they're just sort of like the plot beats and it just continues on to a pretty good ending. I feel so all the characters were absolutely amazing, especially in the family. However, it did Mateo was a white guy and then Michael was the Renee. Look up his name. I always get it wrong, but I saw him in the Dungeons and Dragon movie and he was underutilized there. But he was really good there. And I know he's in Bridgerton as well. Regé-Jean Page, pretty good as well. His family didn't feel like an actual family. Like all the characters were great, were really fun. And like the sister who was having an affair that was played for laughs. The grandmother who was in the horror movie, like she was the horror movie antagonist.
I joke that she's just the aunt in Ready or Not.
Yes, which we saw last month. If you saw our last month,
you should watch our. I think it was 2 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Like the mother, she didn't really do anything, but she was a really interesting, nice character.
She was a good straight man.
Yeah, she was a straight man. The father, he was pretty one note, but you got what he was about. But overall, as a collective, and also Enzo.
Oh yeah, I love Enzo, the European travel blogger.
Yes. Was he?
What is up, guys?
Was he a sibling or?
He was a sibling. It made it seem that he is the youngest brother.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it was like this family didn't feel like a family.
Yeah, like I got confused if the oldest sister was a sister or was like an aunt, because she felt like an aunt. Similar to Enzo, I thought that he maybe was like a cousin or something like that.
Enzo was her son.
Yeah. I thought
at times.
Exactly. I thought like, oh, this is an aunt and this is her child. And then the 2 little girls are her children, but then she never interacts with them.
Those 2 little girls were.
They were just little girls.
They didn't do anything.
They all they did was deliver. We want to be flower girls, and then they fucked off.
Yeah. I don't want to be like bad kid actors, but also they don't have anything to do.
They didn't even get anything to do. Like I can't. Yeah, you can't call them a bad kid actor because I think they only had like
2 lines,
2 or 3 lines.
Yeah. but it just didn't. They didn't feel connected in a familial way. It felt connected in a comedy troupe kind of way, or comedy archetype kind of way. And I was like, I guess the individuals were good, but like as a unit, this isn't a unit.
This has. If this was a comedy troupe, like, yeah, this is Commedia dell'arte.
Yeah.
Like, rom-com, I feel like, yeah, this was more successful as a comedy than it was like a romance, because walking into it, you just see it and you're like, oh yeah, the poster. You just look at the poster, you know who's going to get together.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not really connected to romances because there is that knowledge that you are coming in knowing that these two characters are going to get together and sort of like the journey of that's interesting, but I'm like, I don't connect with that, unfortunately, so that's just not my kind of genre.
Maybe it just need to be more gay.
That too.
They should have made Lorenzo bisexual, let's be so real.
Yeah. The Pokemon that we chose was Arboliva, which is, I like saying it like that, it has a fun name. A grass type Pokemon from Paldea that is olive themed.
This calm Pokemon is very compassionate. It will share its delicious nutrient-rich oil with weakened Pokemon. This Pokemon drives back enemies by launching its rich aromatic oil at them with enough force to smash a boulder.
And we chose Arboliva because
Haley Bailey. Haley Bailey. That's not right. Brianna. Because she goes by Anna. And she's like, I've been lying to you. My name is Brianna.
Yeah. Anna cooked. She dropped out of culinary school like 2 months before graduating, which also I'm like, there's so many stories of like people like, oh, I dropped out of culinary school like a few months before I graduated so I could support my parents. Like, they can survive for like another 2 months. You can struggle for those 2 months so you can get that fucking degree, but you're like 2 months. You see the fucking finish. I get dropping off.
Also, like, you could have
a year in. I get dropping out a month into the program.
You could have also talked to the
professor
and be like, hey,
my mom's dying.
Can you give me like an extension?
And I'm like, it's just some contrivance within story building at times. As to, she can't do culinary stuff. She can't be a chef because she didn't graduate. She dropped out 2 months prior to actually graduating. And I'm like, whatever. She cooks. And Arboliva is dealing with oil, Mediterranean, Italian stuff. And so food's a big thing in this movie. And so...
it did make me hungry.
Yeah.
There's a scene in it where like they're getting a menu ready, and she's like, this is the special dish that we have, and she opened up the thing, and like in my head I was like, I made ratatouille.
Yeah. And it was a fusion of like Italian
it was
and
shrimp and grits. It was Italian shrimp and grits.
Yeah. The food was delicious. It looked delicious. So the food was delicious.
Yeah, we did. This was Wonka Vision. Go right into it.
But yeah, Arboliva Pokemon, food Pokemon. There's other food Pokemon that we could have done, but because this one was like Mediterranean inspired.
Arboliva, she's pretty. Halle Bailey's pretty. And,
yeah.
It's the closest thing to wine that we can get in Pokemon
so far.
When are we gonna get a drunk Pokemon?
Yes.
We have a drunk pony in My Little Pony. Why don't we have a drunk Pokemon yet? Spinda.
Alright, do you have anything to say to the future now that we're going into the future?
Your arms are so big, your waist is so snatched, your crops are watered. I hope you're drinking wine.
And now we're back in the future. Babu Freak is just a few seconds older.
Yeah.
The
Wow. Freshly born yesterday.
The next movie that we watched was One Battle After Another, which came out in 2025, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. In Letterboxd, it reads, "Some search for battle, others are born into it. When their evil nemesis resurfaces after 16 years, a band of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own." We watched this because it won Oscar for Best Picture, and I heard a lot about it. Also, the editor, Andy Jurgensen, won Best Editing at the Oscars, and he's gay. Got up from his seat, hugged and kissed his husband, and got up to accept the award. And so I was like, gotta support the homosexuals. I gave it a 4.3 out of 5. What did you think?
It was really good. I liked the movie. Very, very good. I think that it could have been split into 2 movies, but also like I can understand.
Yeah.
I can understand from like a box office reasons they really couldn't, because honestly, you could stop the movie by the end of the prologue, and I would have been satisfied.
I feel like everything with Perfidia and oh my god, I forgot about
Perfidia and Jungle Pussy.
Well, yeah,
more Jungle Pussy.
All of that with the French 57,
75,
which
it's French 71, French 71,
which I did not know was a drink until like a night yesterday when we went to a bar and there was like a French something.
Yeah, there was a French something. It was called like a French enchanted 75, and I was like, oh, it's because it's a French 71.
Yeah.
But it's elevated, and then I had to explain to him that
I did not know that was a drink. But anyways, the revolutionaries and their like antics, which feels diminishing, but like what they do could have been its own movie, and then separate having Willa and Joe. It was Joe, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm forgetting the name of the real name of Leonardo DiCaprio's character, but whatever. Willa and Joe could be a separate movie as well. Which one would we have preferred? I don't know. I definitely liked Willa a lot.
Yeah.
I think that the characters were really good here, but some of the best characters were side characters that really couldn't do much. Jungle Pussy.
Jungle Pussy was so good.
Perfidia. I forget her actress's name. Pull it up. She was nominated for supporting actress.
Teyana Taylor.
She, nominated really good. Regina Hall, I don't think she was nominated. I don't remember. But she was really good too.
She was good. See, this is like one of those things where like this was a side character. They like set character arcs up a little bit, or like maybe there's gonna be a character arc for this person, but it like never really starts. And like I could see it. Like I would be totally down for like Deandra doing this whole like she's the only one keeping this revolution alive. Her and what's his name?
Oh yeah, that's
Howard. Is it Howard?
Yeah, Howard Somerville.
Yeah.
All of the side characters were like really good, but they didn't get to do much. And I think Willa
should have
her actress Infinity Chase. I think this was her first role as well. Was really good for what it was given, but there wasn't much for her to do.
Yeah, like she did do things, but like she had not even a training arc or montage. She just was shown shooting with some nuns, which is really funny. This is another thing.
Oh, the nuns.
The nuns were really good.
Yeah.
The nuns were funny. The girl who's showing Willow around and just being very like point blank, like "fuck you, welcome to this nunnery." Like it felt like a prison.
Yeah,
like she came from a prison or something like that. Really fun. I liked like just the fact of like, what is this girl up to? Like, what is her story? But also the person who should have been running this nunnery should have been Jungle Pussy. Jungle Pussy should not have died.
And I think like Leonardo DiCaprio, good. Was Sean Penn good? The characters may be a bit too comedic or too cartoony in a way, but it was absurd in a way that fit with the entire like movie, because the entire movie was like a fun set piece to fun set piece to fun set piece, and even then the connecting things were still pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah,
like comparing it to
just could have been stronger.
Yeah, comparing it to like another movie that's set piece, Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah,
where the connecting tissue wasn't that strong. The set piece to set piece to set piece set up of One Battle After Another. Really good. Again, like editing one Oscar. That last scene. Well, okay. So the last scene with the car chase, I knew coming in what it was about, and I was like paying attention. Where is this scene going to come? And just wanting to experience it. I wish I wasn't spoiled about it before coming in, but I was like watching. I was like, this is really good. You thought different.
The issue that I had with this movie was it was very long. Also, quite honestly, we're in the midst of our finals month, so like every minute is very precious to me right now. So when I was watching this, it was kind of late at night and I had things to do in the morning, so I was kind of like, yeah, let's watch this movie. It's 2 hours.
It's 162 minutes
it's
long.
Very long.
Yeah.
And the chase scene, I'm not hate. There's cinematography moments in the chase scene that were very cool, but some of them I'm like, did it need? Some of these could have been out, and I would have lost nothing.
Yeah.
Also, there are just some shots that go on for too long or did not need to be there, like Sean Penn walking downstairs to a wedding. We didn't need that. That was like 2 minutes that could have been shaven off. And all of it was there for was just being like, oh, he's angry and he's walking downstairs. One things I do like about this movie that with the secondary antagonist, which is the Christmas Adventurers Club.
Oh my god!
I love how they're both the Klan and Satan worshippers at the same time.
Yeah,
I thought it was very smart and really fun.
Absurdist.
Very what's the word? Witty. It was very witty. How they were like, how can we make these guys just the most evil? And it's to make them both Klan and Satan worshippers. How can we do that? Oh, Hail Saint Nick. Yeah. Hail Saint Nick was so good. I was like, okay, let's go. Also, this is a thing that I just want to shout out. I really, really loved Sensei. Sensei was like,
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he was such a fun, like all of his stuff.
He was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Oh,
too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you did not win it?
It was Sean Penn won.
Oh, Sean won. Yeah.
Sean Penn won for Lockjaw. Benicio del Toro was nominated for Sensei. Delroy Lindo was nominated for, I forget his name, in Sinners.
Oh.
Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value, which is why I want to watch that. But yeah, everyone's like Benicio del Toro. If not Delroy Lindo, Benicio del Toro. It's just a good character.
It was a good character. It was like I would have. I always talk about this with David, where like I would have loved if he was like somehow a member of the French 71. Because there's a moment where like they say what time is it, and he just says like a number. I understand where like for like plot contrivances reasons, it wouldn't make full sense of like why every single like secret organization or people rebelling would be part of the same group. Yeah. But it just would have been fun. It would have been really funny.
And then also similar to Inside Llewyn Davis, I was able to complete a line on the board. So it was across. Yeah, it was across. The prompt: fancy creatures, spirited away, ocean scenery, cloud atlas, capturing someone, one battle after another, longer than 2 hours, Hamnet, and then driving is involved over the hedge. I feel like it was.
Yeah, it was driving. It's so funny.
That's the climax.
A huge ass car, like a really cool car chase scene. Again, no hate towards the car scene. I was just pissed off because I was like, I need to get stuff done.
Yeah. So I'm one step closer to clearing the board. The Pokemon that we chose was Bisharp. There's a lot of good candidates here.
So Bisharp is the one who kind of conducts the Pawniards. The Pawniards to go and do things. So they're like all of the King now the now King Gambit line is very like agency, secret agents, all about like not secret agents, but like moving people around, being a huge team. They move together in a coordinated manner. Yeah. So this whole thing just feels like, you know, Pawniards and Bisharps, and they're having to like talk to each other, and even when like they don't use the right passwords. If they don't use the right passwords, how do you know they're going to trust each other? Yeah. So they have to like...
It's very organized. Yeah. The revolutionaries, their network is like really organized in a way that felt very deep world building wise. And so like Bisharp feels like that sort of like general, like the idea of being very prepared and stuff. And Bisharp is also combining multiple different aspects of different characters. Like overall, like... of Lockjaw, you know, and being like super like dangerous, but then like the revolutionaries themselves being quick, being witty, being sharp, and stuff like that. The next movie we watched was Pretty Lethal which came out 2026. On Letterboxd it says blood, sweat, and tutus. A group of ballerinas find themselves fighting for survival as they attempt to escape from a remote inn after the bus breaks down on the way to a dance competition. I feel like this.
It was a showcase.
Yeah, I feel like this summary on Letterboxd could have been edited differently. Like I'm like writing it down in my journal, and I'm like, this sounds boring the way that you're describing it. Anyways, I gave it a 3.65 out of 5. I will say this movie is very much came about because of the success of Ready or Not. because Ready or Not came out in 2019, and then after that, many different movies have come out since then of, if not women, at least vulnerable people being faced with huge amounts of dangerous people and then having to fight through and kill their way through, and along those same lines, like Abigail, Abigail is made by the same people who made Ready or Not too, but like Ready or Not and Dead Silence made Abigail, same thing, locked location, people trying to get out, violence, they will kill you or something like that. I think that's what it's called. Movie that came out recently about that.
Oh yeah, it's They Will Kill You.
Yeah, They Will Kill You. The girl, she's in like, I know, it looks good. She's a maid in a hotel, and this is the same type of movie of like trapped location, try to get out of violence. And I didn't quite enjoy it, but I thought it was fine.
It's like if I were to look this fully on a critical lens, and I was like, ugh, the oeuvre of this piece.
The what?
The oeuvre.
What is that?
Chat. If I were to like look at this in like a film critique way, and I'm like, oh man, what's the statements, the vibes, the whatever, I would, or like not the vibes, but like the
in a critical lens,
and just a critical lens, and I was like looking at the craftsmanship and stuff like this. There are issues to this movie, but I'm here for the vibes, and I'm here for fun.
Yeah,
I go to movies to enjoy things.
If you turn it off,
if you turn off your, I don't even want to say if you turn off your brain, because there are things, if you know about dance world and you know about being a ballerina, there are stuff about like pain tolerance, athleticism, things that would make sense of why a ballerina would be able to fight her way out of things.
Yeah.
That are just, this makes sense why this would be a movie. If you did not know anything about ballerinas, you didn't know anything about dance, I could see why you would be like, this kind of sucks. This is dumb and bad. The writing can be dumb. The writing, let's be so real, the writing can be dumb.
I think the thing that I liked the least about this was the dialogue. I feel like the writing of the dialogue and the characters was not that strong. I think, plot, story structure, fine, good. But the way that they talked felt cliche and superficial, and they were like trying to hit like these points, like there's the inspirational talk that they have to do. Inspirational speech they have to do. They do it like 3 different times. And I'm like, I don't care. And then the characters are very one note about who they are. However, I do think that the actresses, the acting themselves, elevated the material that they were given and made it their own. I know Maddie Ziegler as Bones.
Crazy. I totally forgot that was like the Maddie.
Yeah.
The one who's at the top of the pyramid.
From Dance Moms. Maddie Ziegler was as Bones pretty good. I didn't really get anything like crazy from her. Lana Condor as Princess. Princess is a very one-note character, but she really made it her own, She wasn't just London Tipton, and she wasn't just bitchy mean girl. She had like layers to her character that was all from her performance in of itself.
First of all, I really love Grace. I think out of all of these like kind of one-note characters, Grace is so funny because like, poor girl who's rough and she's able to fight back. That's kind of a character that I would see in this sort of place.
Yeah.
Not mad, because like always gotta love the underdog. So having a rich ballerina girl, makes sense. The sisters, I will talk about them soon. But Grace being just Born Again Betty from Ghost Stories.
The what?
Born Again Betty from Ghost Stories.
Oh my god.
She must be one of God's chosen like me. Nice ass. Do not lust in your heart. Jesus, you're right. If you want something to happen, you just need to pray and not be a Muslim or Jewish. You're such brave, strong, handsome men. Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
No, I'm Jewish.
I have such fond memories of that hospital. It's a loving place of healing, except for those who die.
Grace was just
born again.
Was a very Christian, where to the point where I was like, "What?" I thought that she was just going to be dumb, which was like would kind of also fit into this like stereotype ballerina dancer thing, but also just the added part that she's very Christian was so out of left field for me that I was like, this is
And then her being high most of the
being
time.
high for like half of the movie was also really funny.
Yeah, and then
The sisters. So
Aris Apatow is the hearing, and then Millicent Simmons is Chloe, who's the deaf girl. She was also very famously, in A Quiet Place.
So Millicent Simmons, I really liked her. For those who don't know, my older sister is deaf. There's a lot of like movies that I grew up watching that were like deaf movies. If they were not about having the struggle of having a deaf family and being a musician, it was I'm deaf and I can dance, which they are also really good. I was really happy that they weren't like, it didn't feel like they're going to hyper focus on the fact that she was deaf, which they really don't, which is good. It still adds to her character. Like there's still parts of it, but the thing I don't like about Chloe is her sister. Her sister does nothing. They made it seem like her sister was going to be like I feel like I'm doing like the my sister's keeper thing.
Oh yeah.
And they had like a little bit of like a bicker of like, hey, stop doing this. Like a kind of, there's a part in the movie where she's like, oh, I understand your pain with your mute brother. I have a sister who's deaf and I have to interpret to her all the time. And she said, stop that. Like, I can take care of myself.
And that felt like clumsy exposition.
Don't get me wrong.
The
writing, bad. The sister, I felt like I really liked the idea of her being like a happy-go-lucky person, because I thought that they were gonna go for this whole like trying to be my sister's keeper, but then my sister's actually totally competent, totally fine on her own. Which they kind of do of like she's freaking out most of the time.
It didn't feel natural.
She just started freaking out.
It's just a bunch of really awkward dialogue and writing that I don't quite enjoy.
They could have made the sister better.
Of the 5 girls, the 2 sisters felt the most like actual girls.
Oh yeah, actual girls.
Zoe and Chloe. Oh yeah, Iris Apatow also we will be seeing in Sunrise on Reaping as Proserpina, playing a different sister. Effie Trinket's sister.
I do feel like they did pretty good at nailing siblings, oddly enough, which is a very hard thing for writers to do. Where are the writers at in this?
I don't think that was the writing more than anything. I think that was just the acting. You know,
still,
I want to know how much of this was ad-libbed and how much wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of the connection between Zoe and Chloe felt like play versus actual writing, which again, the writing kind of sucks.
Yeah.
The dialogue kind of sucks.
The action, if you're here for action, this is the movie. Because, like, it's fun. Them using ballerina moves to take down these mafia guys.
The physicality felt a bit... Okay, the dancing, fighting.
The dancing, fighting is a little dumb when you think about it, especially during the big brawl that they get into.
Yeah.
Which the big brawl was so fun, but also like
I feel like they really wanted to do that moment of like big dance sequence.
Yeah.
And they looked at everything else and they're like, we gotta set this up. So then they implemented physicality things in other locations. The first fight with the 2 thugs in the downstairs, having that like ballerina dancing fight.
Yeah.
That felt tacked on, but necessary to set up for the final attack. And so I just feel like it was overall sort of like haphazardly connected, but the physicality was just fun. It was really fun to see that, like you were saying, with like the reality of like pain threshold and stuff like that, and how everything, like how ballerinas are, they can do a lot of strength. Uma Thurman is in this movie too.
Oh my god!
I did not clock that it was Uma Thurman until like I looked at the cast. Really, she's really good.
Uma Thurman is also just really good as this character.
Yeah, the general thugs themselves.
Oh, yeah, they could have been better.
They could have, but also they're not the focus.
Yeah,
and it very much feels like, okay, how do we make interesting enough antagonists that don't really overshadow the main characters? A la, what's that guy? Keanu Reeves. They killed his
John
dog.
Wick?
John Wick?
John Wick.
Is it John Wick?
Yeah, it's John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. That
John Wick.
sounds weird, actually.
Well, it's because John is such a normal name.
Yeah.
And so, like, when people are like, oh, let's go talk to John McDonald himself.
Yeah.
Like, it's John Wick, though.
John Wick-esque antagonists, thugs, are unique, but flat, and these are the same characters here, but it's like the ballerinas that are the focus.
I guess the kind of main antagonist of this movie would have been saved if he was bisexual, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He literally looks like, so in John Wick's dog gets killed, gets shot by a guy.
Yeah.
And that guy calls his dad and he's like, I angered John Wick, and the dad's like, or I angered this guy, he's coming to kill us. And the dad's like, who did you do?
Mm-hmm.
Who did you kill? And the younger guy, his son, is like a John Wick, and the older guy's like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Big thing there, you know, he's the main leader, you know? The kid, the son, is Alfie Allen. He looks just like this guy. Look him up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look very Alfie Allen.
It's very that. It's very like thin, white,
scraggly hair,
bony face.
Yeah.
Antagonist.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is the same. So this is John Wick and Ready or Not, baby.
Yeah.
Combined into make ballerinas.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it's
fine. It's like if you're with a group of friends. This is one of those movies you watch with friends.
Yes.
On like a couch, so you can talk while this movie's going on. I know that people have issues with that, but also like it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know it's okay. I'm giving you the space. When will the joint slay between They Will Kill You, Pretty Lethal, and Ready or Not happen all at once?
That's it. The Pokemon that we chose was Weavile because one, sharp claws for the blades that the ballerinas wear on their toes. They work in groups.
Mm-hmm. 4 or 5.
Yes.
4 or 5.
The like frills on the Weavile feel very ballerina-esque. You know, they spin around. Ice dark type as well. I feel like ice and ballerinas go together.
Oh yeah. Well, that's another thing I like about this movie is that like it's one of those things I'm like, oh, cliche bad, but like they take so many like cliches about ballerinas and they find a way to like make it all work into an action movie. So I'm kind of like, I guess this is kind of bad, but also like it is fun because it's pulling all these aspects together about just centering around ballerinas to make one big thing.
Yeah. The next movie.
Oh, sorry, Weaviles don't kill that swine up.
What?
The TCG art that I was like, oh, do they actually work in groups, or am I just thinking about the Swinub TCG art?
Oh, they're about to kill it.
Enemies is walking. Don't kill that Swinub.
That is such a bastardized meme of Cloud Atlas, which only us two would understand.
This is so funny. We did something about this recently.
Yes, which is why I can say this is a bastardized meme of Cloud Atlas. This is Intermission.
I love you.
I love you too. This morning, Matthew found on Twitter a slop video of like someone made an AI voice over of shots of Cloud Atlas,
which was driving me insane. So
it was wrong.
It was so wrong. I had to stop it, and I was like, I had to wait for David to wake up, and then it was like, it still was a little bit. So I was like, I unfortunately have to wake him up. So I like lovingly wake him up, and I'm like, hey, talk. Okay, cool. I found this really bad video,
and it was just the video was trying to explain the beginning of Somni's story, but it was completely wrong. It was so Lisa, Amy, they kept saying things, and so like at the beginning I was like, oh, this is just like felt like those YouTube videos that like actual real people would be like just discussing, giving an overview of the story, you know? But then I kept going. I was like, oh, this is just completely wrong AI voiceover. And it had like 13,000 likes. And I was like, stop misrepresenting Cloud Atlas.
It's, oh my god. It was so good. Okay, back to business.
Thank you for the intermission. The last movie that we watched was Elio. So because we were on a Disney property for a little vacation, the only thing we could watch was Disney. So we finally got around to watching. On Letterboxd, it reads, they asked for our leader. They got him. Elio, a space fanatic with an active imagination that also feels incorrect, finds himself on a cosmic misadventure where he must form new bonds with eccentric alien life forms, navigate a crisis of intergalactic proportions, and somehow discover who he is, who truly meant to be. I give it a 4.05 out of 5.
I thought this was cute. Like, this is a movie I went into this going like, you know what, I'm gonna have a cute time. I'm gonna have like a little fun. It is very much for kids.
Yeah. What's the that podcast that you talk about, the Molehill?
Oh, Mount Molehill.
Yeah, Mount.
I love Mount
yeah.
Molehill.
Uh,
Shout out to Snap Cube.
if I did that to this movie, I think I would go crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I'm like watching this movie, and I'm in. Hold this. I just finished Death's End, Remembrance of Earth Past, The Three-Body Problem, one of the most famous hard science fiction books out there. And I'm not gonna get it, but I'm also starting to read The Expanse by James S.A. Corey. We're just gonna pull up the other 2 books, and I'm like hard sci-fi, and I'm watching Elio, and I'm like, well, this wouldn't happen because of this, and that. And I'm like, actually, this is a children's movie.
You know what? This was kind of I made a joke about like this being like children's version of Three-Body Problem, but from the end movie, there is math involved. So
yeah,
this is baby's first Three-Body Problem.
The Two-Body Problem. And so I'm like, I'm so used to like hard science fiction that I'm like watching this, and I'm like, this is too much. But I'm like, there's levels to it. And so watching this, I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we're going that quickly into space. I guess we're meeting so many different. I was like watching this. Hold this. I was like watching this, and I was like, what about the dark forest theory? You know? What about
Elio, what about the dark forest?
You're going to destroy your entire planet because they're going to hear you saying, come save me. Okay, bye. I love you.
Okay, bye. I love you.
Okay, bye. I love you. And I was watching, I was like, you're going to destroy your planet because you're going to send out a message and you're going to reveal yourselves within the dark forest. And obviously, the best plan of action when you're in the dark forest is to shoot first, ask questions never. And I'm like, you're going to kill everyone on your planet, Elio.
This is a good kids movie. I was talking to David about like, you know, it's been a while since it's felt like there's been like a kids movie with sci-fi in it, but I could be wrong because we're adults and we don't watch kids movies that much. But like, I don't remember a kids movie that's like The Last Fantasy. I don't remember a kids movie that's like there's another kids movie that has to do with like aliens and extraterrestrials. That's not E.T. That's not E.T.
I keep also wanting to say Bridge to Terabithia, but I'm thinking of Race to Witch Mountain.
Oh yeah, Race to Witch Mountain. Yeah,
this is so good too.
This is also like in that realm, or even I guess would be the closest to like Home.
Yeah. Can I get in the inn or no? Can I get in the outside or something like that? Yeah.
This is a good movie to be like, hey, I want my child to. Yep. If you like sci-fi, if you are a person who has children. And you're like, hey, I like sci-fi. I want my children to maybe like the same stuff I do.
Yeah.
You can give them this movie, and this is a good way to be like, let's see how they can engage with these kind of messages. That being said, the message of this movie is just the feeling of being alone, even within your own like family units. They have this great moment of like, you can feel alone even if you're near somebody.
Yeah.
Because you can't connect on some sort of level. It was really good. I think that's a very good message to also teach your kids of like, hey, sometimes the people around you also feel just as alone as you do. This movie is definitely more directed towards children, especially with the space bender that Llewyn and Elio go on. But like,
it's not alienating.
It's not alienating the adults in this. It's not alienating the adults in that.
The comedy here is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, and not just anything. It's not referential. It's not potty humor. There's no potty humor.
No potty humor.
I hate a potty humor.
It's like for alien movies, there's usually a couple because it's always like, what is that? And they're like messing with it and they're like, actually, that's my poop or something like that.
There was one that was sort of like, oh, this is a really cool location with water. What is it? Oh, it's a bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, but that didn't feel too potty humor-ish. And then maybe when Gordon's throwing up after his bender.
Yeah.
But that felt more of an adult joke of a bender versus a potty humor. But I feel like there was like just one-liners here and there that were pretty funny, non-referential, universal, and still like really well written, you know?
This is just I guess a recent trope with like alien stuff or like people discovering humans, is them incorrectly using their statements. Like they,
Oh my god, yes.
they keep saying okay,
Earth.
bye. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
keep saying Earth because Elio says Earth.
Yep.
And they keep saying okay, bye, I love you because he says okay, bye, I love you at the end of his message.
Yeah.
And like at first it's really funny, and then towards the end of the movie, they all are saying okay, bye, I love you.
Yeah.
And it's I will say it does tug at the heartstrings a little bit, even though I'm
Yeah.
not like super connected to this. I'm like, oh, okay, this is really cute.
Yeah. That trope of like using human words wrong.
Yeah.
Really well used here and not overused as well. Like the okay, I love you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, I love you. Really well used.
Mhm.
A lot, but did not get tired.
Mhm.
And then Earth, fine. Good.
Yeah, it was basic, but it was always kind of like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think the story was nothing too special. So I'm just, it was a simple plot structure, simple like I felt like the third act like crisis moment.
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, all right, I get it.
Actually, will say this. I love and don't like the ending. I love and don't love the ending, as in like the ending
Oh my
itself.
god, yes.
The ending itself still pretty good, and I'm fine with it. There's part of me that's like, I can accept this because this is a children's movie, and they, I would expect that like people would actually want to have their kids be like, I want to stay with my family because I am a child. I am a child. But a lot of this movie is Elio learning how to make friends on his own. He does make one human friend at the end of the movie, but it's at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He's making more connections with these aliens, and so he becomes an ambassador. Then he gives up his ambassadorship.
And he immediately abdicates.
Yeah, he immediately.
I'm like, you're gonna cause a third world war.
This
Because that's what happened the last time someone abdicated from the British throne.
Anyways,
That's also incorrect.
so I understand like Olga being like, I am a little sad because Elio could just stay here forever, but also there's a portal they can use the entire time that if like, hey, I can be an ambassador, but I'm still a kid. Can I go meet Olga on the weekends or something like that? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, go ahead, knock yourself up. Open this portal whenever you want. And he could have still stayed on the spaceship, but he says, actually, no, even though I made connections with all of you guys naturally, I should go back home.
Yeah. I don't think that this story, the world would have been broken if he was able to teleport to and from.
Yeah.
I think like that felt just too, let's wrap it up,
Mhm.
But I'm like, he could usually use the badge to just teleport to and from.
Mhm.
Like they have the technology apparently.
Watching this movie with knowing about
Pushback.
the pushback of it being queer, that Elio himself is gonna be queer coded.
Yeah.
Watching this, it's kind of like, yeah, this movie would have been a little bit better if there was a bit queer coded with this. Kind of on like, I would say more on the edge of like, what's that movie? Luca. If it was like Luca,
Yep.
where like it is kind of queer coded, but like it doesn't feel very explicit.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that because like, he's still a kid. But if it literally was Glorden and like, this is how they like become friends because they're both actually queer, because there is not that much talk about queer friendship within children. But yeah, I think that would have been really beautiful if like two different species come together because they are both ostracized because they're both queer.
Yeah. And like the connection between them could have been stronger.
Yeah.
Because Ella could have been like, my aunt's
homophobic.
My aunt's homophobic. Your dad wants you to be a war-killing machine when you don't want to be a war-killing machine, etc. Anyways, good movie, fine movie.
I don't feel like Olga would have been homophobic, but
No,
like,
it's Zoe Saldana.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
The Pokemon we chose was Elgium, which I saw from a TikTok. It's a reference to LGM, the letters that spell little gray men.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Little Green Men?
Or green, gray, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Different things. I think gray was the first popular
Oh, yeah.
idea of what aliens
Because
were.
aliens were seen as gray.
Gray, and
more
then
than green.
it transformed into green towards like the 90s, I believe. But LGM is little gray men.
Mm.
But LGM is the first evolution of the alien type of Pokemon. I didn't want to do like Deoxys, because I love
That's-
Deoxys, but it's
That's
Too much.
That's like very sci-fi.
that's very that's very hard sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know. But what was it? Meteor was also. I liked Meteor.
We had Meteor and LGM kind of like we're battling for it. I
Yeah.
still kind of like Meteor for this, but like they both work in they work because they're like soft sci-fi. I don't want to say soft because that feels, but like little kid sci-fi, babies for sci-fi.
Babies for sci-fi.
That makes sense for LGM. LGM is very like, oh yeah, this is Pokemon's alien Pokemon.
Yeah.
Besides Clefairy, but Clefairy is more of a fairy than
Yeah.
an alien. Also, just like LGM, Elio can give headaches using his psychic.
Yes, because when I was a little young gay boy, I did give a lot of people many headaches.
Looking at your teacher.
This is the sticker. Focus. There we go. It's just looks a little different to the I don't know where it's going to be either here or there of the PNG.
LGM.
As usual, we also ranked the movies. I saw 8 movies. You saw 6. For me, S tier, definitely the drama. And then A tier, in order, Yumi and Tuscany, One Battle After Another, and Elio. I do think this was a really good month for movies. Pretty good month. Because after that, B tier is Pretty Lethal, and then Inside Llewyn Davis. C tier, Hamlet. I'm just really angry that they cut some of the really good scenes. And then Velvet Buzzsaw, critically, but emotionally, it's a guilty favorite. I'll allow myself to have one guilty. What's the term? Yeah,
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure.
Very similar. I have S tier as the drama. A tier, Yumi and Tuscany, and One Battle After Another. B tier, I have Elio, Velvet Buzzsaw, and Pretty Lethal.
I think we would probably rank Elio. I would keep Elio.
I would put Elio probably at an A. I wouldn't say it's S tier because it's not like
No.
to me, it's like I would definitely recommend it to people, especially people with children. But I would not be like, I gotta go out and watch this movie. This movie is my lifeblood.
Isolated, pretty good. Comparably,
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
Just looking at it overall, Inside Llewyn Davis and Hamlet, I'm not gonna have you watch them because it's
I was
fine.
going to.
Yeah, well,
I guess we could soon.
I would have made you watch them.
Mm-hmm. Clockwork Orange. Me when I make you watch Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Battle After Another, I think, really, I think about One Battle After Another more than I think of Yumi and Tuscany and Elio. But then, like, just the drama was just an amazing experience overall.
Yeah, the drama was just good and it's fun.
And yeah, I think this was a pretty good month.
It was a good month. I can't wait. I'm
movies.
so sorry, you guys, for when we get on summer vacation because we will be doing both a Star Wars marathon and we will also be doing a Pirates of the Caribbean marathon.
So we're gonna do first Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what we wanted to do first.
Yeah.
So we have to watch all. So yeah,
That's fine.
Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End. That's the main trilogy, and then On Stranger Tides. Fine, good, and maybe definitely not Dead Man Tell No Tales. I didn't like that. We don't have to watch that. That's not canon to me.
I did watch that one, but also that movie was kind of bad.
Yeah, and because we need to rewatch that,
Mm.
and also there will be a Pokemon for every single movie, each one.
Delmise, we're after you.
And then we're also gonna do the 3 prequels, Star Wars, because Matthew hasn't seen any Star Wars.
I've watched. I've watched.
You've seen The Force Awakens.
I've watched Force Awakens. I've watched. My dad was really into the. Was it Phantom Menace? Was the first of the prequels.
And then you watched like half of the episodes of Acolyte with me.
I watched half of the episodes of Acolyte with you. There's another Star Wars property that I watched. My Star Wars. It's so funny. People think that I would be a huge Star Wars person because I am into nerdy things. And back when I was growing up, if you were into nerdy things, you know Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I just pretended that I knew Star Wars so then I can just get through a conversation. And now I get to learn about Star Wars.
You probably watched like 1 or 2 or part of an episode of Andor while I was watching it. So watching the 3 prequels, and then Rogue One at some point we also have to watch because I just finished Andor.
We have to watch this movie.
Babu Freak is, hold on, prequels, then the 3 originals. We are gonna watch them in chronological order, not publication order. That's not the term. Publication order is for books.
Chronological.
Chronological within the story is what we're doing.
Mhm.
But then there's the release order. That's it. Not gonna watch in release order because fuck that shit. Prequels, Rogue One, originals. Then I was kind of not wanting to do the sequels because he's releasing Force Awakens, but Matthew's a little fixated on Babu Freak for some reason.
He's my little freaky guy.
And so we're going to watch the sequels as well. Definitely going to happen. That's going to happen in the summer. Over 2 months, I want to say.
Yeah. I can't wait to learn more about Max Rebo. Max Rebo is also my freaky little guy. I love Glubsitos. I think Glubsitos are really funny. I think they should add more Glubsitos.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming on this journey with us, recapping all the movies that we watched in April. Do you have anything to say as a goodbye? Plug your Twitch.
I will be definitely going back to streaming. It's been a while, but because of finals, I've had to take a break. Definitely going to be getting back on Pocopia because God, I love making little houses for little guys.
Yeah.
Those guys are my Glubsitos. But it's going to be Rebels Druid at twitch.tv.
Link in the description below. Follow my letterbox as well, where I have a bit more detailing of my movies and the rankings and stuff like that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to be passionate, and I'll see you later.